ever wanted to make a major life change outside the norm, but fear has held you back? Are you afraid that you might end up alone or afraid of what people will think? Hi friends, I'm Jamie from SoMuchBetterWithAge.com. I'm dedicated to helping you create a beautiful life through DIY projects, decorating, organization, and a little bit of life advice along the way. In this Best Life Basics series, in my introduction video, I shared with you my past and some of the difficulties I've gone through, and how I had to start my life over from scratch a couple of times. Have you ever wanted to change your life but stayed stuck because of fear? It's a scary thing trying to make changes in your life, but I assure you possibilities outweigh the fear. In my first video, I shared how I used to be a Jehovah's Witness. I was never raised as one. It's a long story of how I became one, but ultimately I wanted to leave the religion. It was a very hard decision because when you leave that religion, you are completely excommunicated. So the friends that you've known for years are no longer your friends, and I had nobody in my life. So it was a big decision. You might not have to leave a cult-like religion, but maybe there's a major change that you want to make in your life, but you're afraid to move forward because of fear. And sometimes it's just easier to go with the flow, to go with what you're comfortable with, to stay with what you already know, and to not make waves. But when we dig deep inside ourselves, we know that it's just not our true, authentic selves. That's why we feel this internal struggle. It's a real disconnect. It's very hard to live that way with knowing what you want to do, but fearful, and so it's just easier to stay. Fear is the biggest thing from making a big change in your life. Afraid that people will judge you or laugh at you, afraid of being alone, afraid of being financially unstable. But the most amazing results happen when you choose to do something from what you feel is your authentic self, despite all of these fears. Here are the two biggest things that helped me get over the hurdle of just wanting to make this big change in my life. One, do not care what people think. The biggest fear I had to get over was worrying about what other people thought. I have been a people pleaser ever since I was a little girl. I've always been a hard worker, did what was told of me, and it made other people happy, so it made me happy. Obviously, it became an issue as I got older. I didn't listen to my internal instincts about what I really wanted in my life. I was more worried about what other people wanted. If we were to worry about what other people thought all the time, we would miss out on some of the best stuff happening in our lives. We only have one life, and we shouldn't spend it worrying about what other people think of us. And I guarantee you that the people that you think are judging you have issues themselves that they are worried about. Here's the second thing that helped me with my big life change. I was worried about being alone. Now, in this big life change, leaving this religion, there was a very good possibility of me being alone. This might not be the case for your life change. So what I did to prepare for it was I planned on being alone. I took this opportunity in my life to work on me. I read self-help books, I saw a therapist, I exercised, I ate healthy, I got into so many different hobbies. I signed up for classes at our local community college. I was trying to learn a new language. I'm still trying that one. I actually became so busy with my life, with all of these different extracurricular activities and hobbies and work, that I barely had time to notice that I was alone. That's not to say that some days I got sad or depressed or lonely, but sure enough, it didn't take very long to make friends with new co-workers in my new job and classmates. And now you get to choose who you really want in your life. That's the best part about starting completely over, is that you get to create your life exactly the way you want. It's funny because now I have a super busy life with 2 kids, and I look back at that time like, oh wow, to have all that free time was such a luxury. So I know these things may not be exactly what you have to deal with as a change in your life, but I think if you can get over those big hurdles, the outcome of possibility on the other side is huge. Following your true heart and your true authentic self takes courage and bravery. And sometimes what we think might happen could be the complete opposite. So whatever issue you're dealing with, whatever change, big life change that you want to make in your life, I hope this has helped you. Please leave a comment below and let me know what you're dealing with. And if you haven't checked out the first video, be sure to check it out now.